So we had a new surprise from Apple AirPods Max. They are priced at $550 and I got them right here.
Here we go.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm a little bit late to the party, but this happens pretty much end of last year, start of this year. They've just released something called in their event, which was the One More Thing event, which was also added on to another One More Thing event following the iPhone launch. And it was the new Apple AirPods Max, which are new wireless, over-the-ear, noise-cancelling headphones. Right guys, so right off the bat, I don't know how I feel about the name, AirPods Max, but looking at the rest of the Apple lineup, it looks like they're kind of doing that for the whole audio headphone range, earpods, HomePod, etc. So yeah, I guess they're sticking with that. So let's get right into it. Let's start opening this up. I've taken the plastic off already because it was really dirty. I'm not sure why it got delivered. You can see here a little bit of damage as well on the box, but okay, who cares? So as you can see straight away, you've got this band and the smart case. So let me take that out and put this to one side. So yeah, you've got the smart case there, which again we'll come on to later. So let's take that off. Put these to one side. So yeah, you can see nice colour, magnetic. Sorry, I'm putting all my dirty handprints all over it, but I like the space grey colour. But yeah, more on that later. We'll come back to it. So here we go. So I went for the space grey. I think that's the best colour. I've seen the green. I think they come in the same colour as the iPad series, I think. But yeah, very cold to the touch. Let's go over here. You've got these little ear cup protectors. Let's take them away. And yeah, so feels very well built. And noise cancelling. We'll go into the quality in a bit. So yeah. So lastly, in the box, something to point out that you get is a bit different. You get a USB-C to a lightning connector cable, which is quite different. You've not seen that before. Normally it's a USB straight to lightning. So yeah, I'm glad that they got on that. That's good. Now let's put these in here. So I'm going to give you guys the 5 most important points, I think, just to mention. First impressions. I will go into a more in-depth review later on, so please subscribe because it definitely helps the channel as well. But again, you'll get notified as well of when the next video will come out. So, number 1, materials. As I mentioned earlier, I think it's stainless steel, I think, or some kind of metal, but it's metal, cold to the touch. Feels really good, nice and smooth. Only a couple of buttons on the side. And then yeah, you've got these kind of, I mean, it seems like nylon and wool for the inner ears. And then you've got some kind of mesh at the top here, which you can see, right? I mean, other than that, it feels pretty well built. Probably, I'd say, bordering on the best quality build I've ever seen in terms of headphones, especially over ear at this price point. The only other headphones I've seen at this price point with this kind of build are the Montblanc MB1s, which I had. They were around about the same price, or I think they're just a little bit cheaper, but over the $500, £500 mark. And they looked amazing as well. I really like these, the extenders for the ears. So these, again, proper metal. It's so satisfying, when you pull them in and out instead of the traditional plastic clips. So yeah, I mean, they feel pretty good. In terms of comfort, I think these sit really well on the head. Just before I move on to that, you'll see you've got a left and right. Hopefully you can see it there with the light. So you know which way you're going. I don't have these fully inserted on the edges, but they sit really well on the head. And I literally cannot hear a thing. The noise cancelling already, without any music or anything on, sounds amazing. So yeah, they sit really well on the head. this mesh on top is the material is supposed to distribute the weight evenly. I've been wearing these for the last couple of days, and honestly, the comfort and the feel is amazing. So doesn't hurt your ears. You'd normally get that if you're gamers. You'll know sometimes having anything over your ears for long periods of time will hurt. I've had these on even with work and Skype calls, let's say, that have been sometimes hours in terms of duration, and I've not even felt them on my head. So yeah, it feels amazing at the moment. In terms of the weight, I don't feel the weightiness of them on my head. Like I said, I forget that I've got them on. However, they do actually come through at 386 grams, which is quite heavy. And I think you can feel that in the metal on the left and right. So yeah, and if you compare them to traditional, you know, like your Sony's and your Bose headphones, they're around about 250 grams. So yeah, they are coming in at the heavier side. Okay, so number 2, the ear cups. So these are, I'll turn them that way so it makes it a bit easier. These are magnetic. So they come off really easy, and then they obviously go back in quite easily as well. So that's on both. And yeah, so this is really quite good actually, because for £550 earphones, you don't expect to be buying some new ones very often. And what happens is, if you used over the ear headphones a lot, gaming headphones, etc., you'll know that the ear pads eventually wear out. Even the material ones or the leather ones sometimes kind of grind away. Most people just buy new headphones, but you don't mind too often when you spend maybe £100, £200, dollars. But when you're spending over $500 in pounds, you don't want to do that. So this is actually quite important because you can replace these quite quickly, quite easily. And Apple are now selling the replacement ear cups for $69. I think in pounds they're about £65, I think, roughly around about that. And what the great thing is you can kind of mix and match different colours. So you can have like red with this or whatever. So, and in terms of the kind of colour choices, this is the same as the iPad Air. So you can have the same colours for the iPad Air in terms of headphones as well. So if you can mix and match all that, you can mix and match on these headphones. So that's quite important. But it is a typical Apple thing, right? So you spend £550, dollars on earphones, and you can't customize them right off the bat. You have to pay something extra. The same thing with the adapters and all the other things as well. So yeah, but I think it's a great thing to have. In terms of the magnetic strength, it's strong. It's what you'd expect in an Apple product. Really good, really strong. But at the same time, when you pull it, it doesn't feel like it's a lot of effort at all. So it's not hard to pull, but when it stays in there, it does really stay in there, and you heard that click. So number 3, the controls. So literally there's only 2 buttons. So you've got the digital crown. Sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Digital crown, and then you've got 1 button there. So there's just 2 literally. And what's really good is the digital crown. Literally, it's basically taken from the Apple Watch, which you're all probably familiar with, and you can literally use that to control volume. If you tap it in, so if you press it in, you can answer a call, which a lot of people have been asking, can you use these to make calls and answer calls? Yes, microphone built in, really good. And then I think if you double tap, you can go forwards, triple tap to go backwards on the digital crown. And then the button, the extra button there at the front there, is just for noise cancellation on and off. I'm a big fan of using buttons still on headphones. I've seen some that are there with like, you know, just touch interfaces and scroll back and forth and things. They work, but I still think traditional minimalistic buttons are the best. So yeah, and the only thing I'd say is, I mean, I'd prefer to have the touch controls or the buttons on the bottom personally, but I mean, at the same time, there's not been an issue using these. So yeah, I'm very happy with the way they've done it. Okay, so number 4, the smart case. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks like a bra. I'm not gonna lie. There is a lot of people out there on the internet right now who are kind of making jokes around it. But let's just get them out of the way. Sorry, my lighting is not perfect today. So yeah, So smart case. So the way they work is it's got a magnet, and then you just literally slide these in, and that's it. You're supposed to carry them like that. So my initial kind of reaction to this is I'm not sure what the case is there for, because literally it doesn't protect the most vulnerable part, which is this mesh kind of band, and you're supposed to carry it from that somehow. And then yeah, so you know, all these sections are all vulnerable here, so they're all exposed. And then these slots at the bottom, like, I mean, okay, you've got a little bit there for the lightning connector to charge, but these bits here, so I mean, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, look, the material feels nice. I think it's leather, proper leather. So it feels nice. It actually looks okay, but I mean, can you see me carrying these through like a purse? I mean, that's another thing. It looks like a purse, and I mean, I wouldn't really carry these. This case doesn't allow you to fold these down or anything like that. It literally just goes over, and that's it. So then another question that kind of you'll come on to is what's so smart about it, if it's a smart case. And there's only one thing really, which is the only way to shut these headphones off and turn them off is to put them in the smart case. So once you put them in the smart case, the magnet kind of triggers a response in the headphones to turn them off. And again, when you take them out, it takes them out of that kind of low power status and kind of puts them on again. So the bad thing is, without the case, you can't actually turn these off, and they kind of carry on consuming power for the next 2 hours until they go and get into the kind of lower state of battery usage. Sorry, the low power mode, let's call it. So yeah, I mean, okay, but that's what you're stuck with. So yeah, I don't know what else to really say about them, but that's it. And then number 5, the sound quality. So in terms of the initial kind of impressions, sound quality is so good. It's really good, high quality, what you'd expect, I'd say. I'm not the biggest kind of audiophile that likes to test everything and has tested all of them. I'd say I've listened to all the, let's say, main kind of Sony's, Bose, even the Mont Blanc, as I mentioned before, even the Beats style ones, and I'd say this is definitely, you put these on, and I think it's the whole experience that makes it better. The feel, the quality in your hands of these headphones, the way the things slide in and out, and then the sound. I think all them together makes you feel as though these are really good. And that's what I thought when I first listened to these. I thought the sound quality is amazing. It is going to require more testing and in comparison to other ones, but first impressions, really, really good. Compared to professional ones, maybe DJ type headsets or professional recording sets, it'll be interesting to see, because that is probably what I'd struggle to kind of compare them to. Do you compare them to the Sonys and the Bose and the Quiet Comforts, or do you compare them to your studio quality DJ type headphones and things like that? That's probably for the future video to kind of decide. And then the very last thing is the smart features of the headphones themselves, especially with an iPhone. You have the menu on there to kind of control bits and bats on the headphones themselves. You have Siri, you have a lot of call answering choices as well. And yeah, I mean, they connect obviously easily with the iPhone. You've just got to kind of open them near an iPhone and it automatically pops up, just like the other AirPods as well. So it makes it nice and easy. And also, very interestingly, when I opened them near my Mac, which is behind me there, my MacBook Pro, they just connected automatically. So if I did want to use them, I could use them from my Mac as well. So yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, I will be doing a future video where we compare them to some other headphones and see how well they work, and how well they compare. And let's see, you know, if they're worth £550, dollars. Initially, do I think they are? I mean, it is Apple, so you'd expect them to price it high. Maybe not 550, but I would pay something quite expensive for them. I just think 550 is a bit too much. So yeah, hopefully we'll catch you on the next video. Again, let me know in the comments if there's anything in particular you want to know about these headphones. Please subscribe, And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.